What? Oh, excuse me. Uh, uh, I, yeah. Yeah, This is maybe the best episode of the series I've seen so far, but this was such a awkward episode to watch. My God. Oh, I'm not even joking. This episode was a lot awkward, like in a lot of ways. It was a lot awkward to watch, except for the ending, I guess. But my dude, the whole episode was quite awkward to watch, especially the scenes which consisted of Mirai. And Mirai was that blonde woman who was the sadist. My dude, that episode was so awkward. Like it was funny, it was emotional. At the end, it was quite emotional. At the same time, it was very awkward to watch. This episode had a mix of everything. Like my dude, it was the best episode I've seen in the series so far, and definitely like wow, like yo, it kind of gave me like mixed reactions in every scene. Like what? Like like what? Like what? Are you seriously kidding me? Anyways, let's talk about this episode. Basically, this episode, it had a park theme, amusement park theme. And whenever I hear amusement park theme, I think about romance and stuff. And this was more focused on that, but in a very strange way, I would say. Meaning that people, like, this was like a mixer party or something like that. Like everybody's on a hunt for a girlfriend or something. So basically it was kind of a mixer hunt, like a girlfriend boyfriend meet up and something like that, I would say. But yeah, it was kind of a mixer, and it kind of also kind of gives a little bit of how reality sees itself. Like when you look at reality, this is basically what everybody thinks about when it comes to like mixer. Like every man, especially when they go to mixers, this is basically what they act like. I guarantee you, because I have seen this shit happen. Like I'm not even joking. I have seen this shit happen, and I don't mean like, oh, yeah, they're having a good time inside. I'll go inside and see, and then oh, that's a black mask, or I forgot what are droids. I think so they'll call whatever they call. But yeah, not like that. I mean like how Kotono's scenes were carried out in this episode. I have seen stuff happen like that when it comes to mixer parties. I'll be honest. I've even been to some, so I will be honest here. I've been to some, but it was very awkward in a way because it kind of showed a reality. While I most of the time try to be funny at this stuff and like don't show fear in front of the woman I talk with. This kind of gives a reality about shy men. Like when they meet a woman for the first time, that's basically how they act. They act very shy, like they don't know what to do and they don't know how to carry out the job. So basically, that's what was more implied to, I guess, because to what I'm seeing, this is pretty much a reality. I see too, like like me, I'm very used to this, like because I talk to women a lot. I talk now, hear me out. Don't be like, oh, this guy is just out there talking with them. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Don't, no, no, no. Hear me out with that. I mean, that I have a lot of friends who are like girls and stuff, and they, I talk to them on daily basis, so it's very natural. My reaction would be very natural, even in a mixer party. I'm pretty much not like a person who would just hit on anybody unless I like that person. Or I'm like, yo, that person is kind of like, hmm, she's my type, and I would definitely not use pickup lines. That's the worst way. That's the worst way to actually go after a girl. Yes, I'm giving advice. Yes, I am giving advice here. Do not use pickup lines. Try to get friendly. Do not use pickup lines. I repeat. it doesn't work. It never has worked for me. I just be friendly. That's all I do. That's all that needs to be worked, and that's all that you need to do. Be friendly. Did never use pickup lines. Remember that, young kids. But anyways, uh, like I said, like this showed kind of a reality of how men actually are in reality, what they think about all the time, and that's basically I can understandable. It's very understandable. At the same time, it also showed this side of a woman, like a girl, how women can be at times. Like for example, Mireille and Kotona, like those are two completely different personalities, but it also showed like how they can be, like how they are supposed to be, how their personality is drawn out in this episode. So that's another thing that was shown out, like men are get attracted to popular women real quick, like that's basically how it is all the time. It happens like high school, college, even at your workplace. It always happens when you see a popular woman in that certain place. You easily get attracted towards her. Basically, that's pretty much every man. I most of them, not every man I would say, but most of them, because most of them easily get attracted to popular women, and that's very true. That's very true in this episode, and a lot of anime portray that well, because that is true. Like most of the men get attracted to popular women. Just putting it out there because I've seen it, I know it, because again I'm an adult. Don't just go out there and say like, oh, you sound like a teenager now. Yeah, I'm an adult. Just putting it out there. If you don't believe me, you can ask Danny. I did a video with him. You can ask him. I'm an adult. You can ask other people like Unreal ENT Gaming, pretty good friend of mine. So yeah, you can ask other people. I'm an adult, so I give advice to people at time and time. I give advice to friends all the time. I even give advice if you guys need. Let me know in comments if you need any advice too, because I can give some advice to you guys about life, anything you need, games, life, anime recommendations. I can give anything to you guys. So let me know about that too. But yeah, it's basically shows a lot of personality in short. Now this episode also kind of like give emotional feel at the end when this Kotona chick, Kotone, whatever her name is, she basically hugged our main character Ritsu, and pretty much was like Takun, meaning that she basically killed somebody. My guess is she killed somebody, and that's why it kind of reminded her of that person. Ritsu reminded me her of that person. I also want to point out our other main character that looks like Shu from Tokyo Ghoul. He basically saw somebody suicide. He saw somebody suicide and got really upset. I don't know who that person was, because there was no build up, so I'm not emotional with that at all. But yeah, he saw that, because so far the only characters that have really been built up are the character are basic. I don't think any character has been built up yet. They're just like mixed character developments. There's no build up that I could emotionally feel for any character so far. So I hope they develop on the characters, because yeah, the characters are bland right now. Like I have not seen much character development. Most of this is just like uh what would I say, plot development, not character development. It's more of plot development. I even say that character development, like the chick from episode 3 where she was in fantasy world, and no, that's what, not what it's called character development, that's called character introduction. Basically all of these basic how they were introduced, that's basically how it is. All of these characters were given character introductions. Character development is going in depth with their character, and none of these characters have been gone in depth yet, and that's what I hope they go into. So, no, actually, there's one character who actually they went a little in depth, not a lot, but they went into a little in depth. Is the bookworm chick? I forgot her name, but again, the bookworm chick also had a good character development so far. She has got a little bit of character development. So I would say only her, most probably I would feel anything I would feel for her so far, because she's the one who has got the most character development out of all the cast so far. I also want to point out the new guy who came into the office was probably, I don't know what his name is, but he he looked kind of looking for somebody. He was looking for the head, and it looked like he's gonna be important to the plot point too. I also want to point out there's the team meeting going on somewhere. So yeah, that too. Now, other musicians. That's what I was saying. Not yeah, the team meeting of the musicians. That was going on too. Now, also I want to point out that the Cadillac effect. I was going to say celestial effect for whatever reason, but yeah, the Cadillac effect took place, and basically Katone got her Cadillac effect. I don't know what her archer, like I really love archers. I'm gonna be honest. Like, I really love people who use bow and arrow. Even in Seven Deadly Sins, there's somebody who uses bow and arrow. I really like that person, and uh, I really like characters who use bow and arrow as their means, like Archer from Fate. What's it? Fate Stay. I was gonna say Fate Zero, but Fate Zero is Gilgamesh. I'm completely got off guard. But yeah, Fate Stay. But you would say that Archer is not Archer and doesn't use bow and arrow. So yeah, I wouldn't call him somebody like that. But yeah, I like Robin Hood, who's from Fate Extra, but he didn't get much character development in him. But yeah, like all these characters who can use archers, I really love those characters. Even in I really like Green Arrow from DC Universe, and you guys will be like, yo, he's jack shit. He ain't jack shit in DC Universe. But yeah, I really like Green Arrow. And I'll be honest, because I really like people who can use bow and arrow. Even in the Greek mythology, when I see people use bow and arrow, I really enjoy it. Even in games, when I see people use bow and arrow, most of the time my character, when it comes to character creation games, I would choose bow and arrow because I really enjoy using bow and arrow. So just pointing it out there, I really like characters who use bow and arrow. So I most probably like her depending on how her character is developed, because she seems to be a bow and arrow type user. So most probably, depending on her character is developed, I may like her, I may dislike her. But yeah, I just wanted to point that out too. So far, I like her because she has a bow and arrow. Yeah, I do like characters with bow and arrow. Just putting it out there. So yeah, most of the stuff that happened in this episode. Also, the chick met her mother, the fantasy chick of the episode 3. Again, I forgot the names. I'm sorry. I only remember the main character name, that is Ritsu. I remember Kotone from this episode. I remember Mirai because, yo, I'm gonna be honest, Mirai is the most awkwardest character I've ever seen. Like, my dude, I'm legit. That's the most awkwardest character I've seen. Like, sadist and stuff. I really feel awkward while watching sadist stuff because it really cringes me out. Like, it really does. I don't like it. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not a masculine. Like, I don't like this stuff. Like, yo, I don't like it. I really don't. Like, when I see this stuff, I'm like, it cringes me out. I'm sorry. If anybody likes it, I don't mind it. Just putting it out there. I really don't like it. It cringes me out. It really does. So yeah, just pointing it out there. That's the reason why I remember Beray's name, because that shit cringed me too much. But yeah, that's all for this episode of Caligula. This is a long video from what I normally do. It's normally a 7 to 10 minute video when I do my review. But yeah, most probably because of the advice I give in the start. But anyways, let me know if you needed any advice. Just like I said, let me know about that in the comment section below. Let me know what you think about this episode of Caligula. Let me know what you think about Kotone, Mirai, and let me know what you think about mixer parties too, because I want to know what you guys think about mixer parties, like in general. Like, what do you think about them? So let me know about that, and I'll see you in the next video. As always, peace.